in order to gain, as you said, the system. The number of, so there's no evidence whatsoever. We look at the number of firms by type of organization and the withholding that they're paying. The trends are absolutely consistent with what we have seen previously. We look at the amount of money that's being paid by these firms through withholding, and we see no change to the trends that we have previously seen. I mean, what we are seeing is a slowdown that has affected wages paid and amounts withheld.
So how do you job growth look?
Well, remember, we have continued, as the governor said, we've continued to have job growth, but that job growth has slowed. So whereas we were up around 80,000 jobs, last year it was down 50,000 jobs created. And so, we think that while there's some degree of disconnect between our results and the numbers, it makes sense that if there is a slowdown in the economy, in the job growth, in the business activity of some of the major elements of our economy, that we would see a slowdown.
Is it because the jobs that are coming in are lower wage jobs than had been there in the past?
That it is quite possible that that's true. Look, Ohio, we are also an older state. We are older than the nation as a whole, and we are growing older more rapidly than the nation as a whole. So to the extent we have more veteran workers, senior workers who leave the workforce, they are most likely replaced by workers at lower salary levels. And clearly we feel like that is a contributing factor.
What policies have been put in place or could be put in place to address that slow wage growth at the state level?
Well, again, I think what we want to do is we have tried to focus on regulation here at the state level. Lieutenant Governor Taylor leads the CSI initiative, looks carefully at regulations that we put in place. We have tried to look at tax policy. Look, the small businesses are responsible for about 2/3 of the new jobs created across this country. And so we try to focus on a tax policy that provides them the greatest possible opportunity to be successful and to grow those jobs. I think there's a lot of that. You look at what we've done to try to focus resources. Look, we've made significant commitments to primary and secondary education, higher education over the last several budgets. The governor referenced when there were significant commitments of resources in those areas over the past several years. We're going to have to take a pause. We're going to have to look at what we're able to do within these limited resources. Governor spent a lot of time focused on workforce development. There are a number of provisions in this budget bill that address workforce and workforce development. And so these things are all going to continue to move forward, notwithstanding some of the challenges.
I've heard some complaints from county officials. They feel like the buck is being passed to them, that some of the cuts to funding and reimbursements for local government, that they're basically